Hi, this is Karen Gahan, and I'm a member of Gold's Gym since it opened. And I like the 5BTV, and I have taught classes at a former business called Healthy Living Kitchen in Hummelstown. And I saw some of Rick's videos, and I thought I can maybe share some information with the 5BTV group as well. So today we're going to make veggie avocado toast. So it's not your normal avocado toast where you just smash the avocado on and go. It does take a little bit more prep, but it's healthier and give you a good boost. You can use it for breakfast, lunch, or even a dinner with maybe some soup or something like that. So we can start off. What I've done so far, just heating up the pan with a little bit of olive oil. You can use avocado oil, any oil, fat you want. Ghee is also an option. And also if you're cutting fats, you can saute your veggies in water or a little bit of a veggie broth. So I have, each one of these cups is about a cup. So I usually just kind of do a visual, but since some people like recipe, I thought I would measure it out today. So this is, say, 3/4 cup, and this is a red onion, but you can use yellow onion as well. I happen to have a good bit of red onion because I purchased a bulk of it from Spiral Path Farm at the end of the season. So I'm going to throw that, my pan is hot, throw that into the oil. Let that start sauteing. Get it going. And in here I have both green pepper and yellow pepper. And I like to use a lot of different colors because the colors in the different vegetables give you different nutrients and vitamins and minerals. So it's always good to eat with color when you're picking when you're at a salad bar or something like that. It's always good to have a lot of different colors. So we're going to let that go for a moment. I also have diced up mushroom. These are the white button mushrooms, but you can use cremini or any type of mushroom that you enjoy. So I'm going to just hold on that till this softens up a little bit. And then I also have some kale. Now this again, I have this chopped fine. You can use fresh kale. This was frozen. Again, I'll say Spiral Path. I got a bulk of kale over the summer and I blanched it and froze it. So now I can have fresh kale all winter long. So I chopped that up fine and we'll throw that in once this gets moving a little bit. So over here, I just toasted Dave's Killer Bread. I like that sometimes, but so these are the one avocado makes 4 slices, and you can decide if you eat 1 or 2, or depending on how hungry you are. So let's see. I'm going to put in the mushroom about now. And I visually kind of separate this. Maybe I won't add all that. So I kind of look at my pan, and I know this shrinks up as I'm cooking. So I think like there's maybe 1 piece of toast, 2, 3, 4. So maybe I'll add a little bit. I try to visualize how much I'm going to be able to fit on top of each piece of toast without making it tumble down onto your plate. It's kind of like a finger food then. You cut it in half and then pick it up with your hands. So I'm going to wait another couple minutes. So this is just minced garlic. Used about 1½ teaspoons, or 1½ cloves, I should say. One large clove. I like to add that. I have some crushed red pepper, a couple of shakes of that. Adds good flavor. Now the spice blend that I like to use is from Calicut's, which is a spice company, local spice company in Hershey, Pennsylvania. So I'm finishing this jar, and I have Mediterranean is my favorite and used quite often, so it's a good blend of all the Italian spices, and also has a little bit of garlic in it. So I'm gonna throw in a teaspoon of that. That was a half, so I'm using 2 of those. Give that, yeah, about like that. Give that a little turn. Oop. Don't want that little guy to get out of there. There's some pepper. And all these spices are towards your preference. Sometimes I will make this with a chipotle and honey blend that I have. So that adds a little Mexican flair to it. You can make it whatever flavor profile you prefer. And just a little bit of salt. I don't use too much, so there's a tad. And now I'm going to add some of this kale. I think I'm getting pretty much in my pan, so I'm not going to add quite all that. Greens are something you should try to add to every meal that you have if you can. Maybe it doesn't go well with your oatmeal in the morning, but you know, with lunch and dinner, cooked greens or raw greens are always healthy for you. You could use, this is kale, so you could also use arugula or spinach would work nicely in this as well. Whatever you have, and what's local, what's in season, what's in your garden. That's what we want to use. So I'm going to let this cook, and I'll take out I'll get the avocado ready. Pretty much through. Like that. I wanted to make sure that sometimes it's hard to tell if it's too ripe or not. So I want to take it, regular butter knife, and kind of slice it down and then cross, and then give it scoop it out like that. And you can look at various videos on YouTube or whatever. People have their own methods of getting avocado out. I don't want that with a button in. And then you kind of hit it like that and grab that seed. They don't always come out that easy, believe me. Sometimes they're pretty hard.
I was going to say that's really impressive.
No. I just happen to have a good
For your ninja.
avocado. No, I'm going to get that brown. I'm not going to use that brown out of there. So to make 4 slices, you need a medium to large avocado. And then I have a fork. I'm just going to mash this all up. I like it nice and soft so it spreads. And now again, I'm going to add some of the spice to it because I enjoy this. And you can let those veggies over there start to caramelize a little bit, those onions. That'll give it extra flavor. This is a half a teaspoon. There you go. And then a little pepper. And to flavor each layer of the toast. It's kind of disappointing if you have one that is doesn't smash because it doesn't quite taste as good if they're not right. So that looks pretty good. I'm going to have to stir just a little bit. So you can see how this is cooking down, and also the onions are getting translucent. So I think I am going to actually turn this off. So I like to make sure, try to get them as even as you possibly can. Make a healthy scoop on each one. So each bite has good flavor.
Now, is this just something you created based on flavors that you knew you like and that were healthy? Just experimentation a little bit, or?
Yeah, it's kind of was built out of something that we used to do in Healthy Living Kitchen. We would make an avocado toast and then let the students choose what their toppings were. So then I, just kind of thought, my husband and I and my grown children, when they come visit, we all kind of like this, so it's a staple now in our home. So I turn that off. Now I'm going to try to. So I do go very kind of slow so that I can pile it and get it again close to the edge. And I put a little parchment paper on my cookie sheet just to catch anything that falls, that it's easier to clean up. And I recently purchased one of those silicone pads, so I've used that one evening for roasted veggies. So that was easy cleanup too. Then you don't have to remember to buy parchment paper at the grocery store and have a little bit less trash. So you can see how you try to pile it up and make it even. Give everybody a good healthy portion. If you have a little left over, you can even just eat it your own self or save it for your next time. I've also done this with leftover roasted vegetables. So if I have enough, or I'll add like a little bit of kale or fresh onion or whatever to it. So you could have maybe had some sweet potatoes, some greens, and however you make your roasted veggies, Brussels sprouts, whatever you roast it. If you have some of that left over, but you don't have enough for a meal, you can spread it out and add a little bit of these veggies to it, and I've done that before. That's kind of nice too. You don't have quite as much chopping. So these are cherry tomatoes right now that we have. This is a lot better with like a thin slice of tomato when you have one, out of your garden in the summertime. But, since that's not in season, since it's January, we will use these diced little quartered cherry tomatoes. So you have two, kind of like two on each slice. You think you're going to slice it down the middle so that it makes for easier eating. So I've turned the broiler on. Mine, I turn it on low. You can decide what you want to do. I like to soften those tomatoes a little bit before I put the cheese on. So I'm going to put them in the broiler. And I'm going to say 3 minutes. Okay, so we did go about 3 minutes underneath the broiler. I'm pulling this out. It's not done yet though. And I'm just kind of like, yeah, they're getting soft. So I like to have it like a little soft so it's not so hard of a bite. Now this is like your Parmesan blend kind of cheese, Romano. So you can use, again, whatever cheese you like that melts nice. You want something that will brown up and melt nice. So mozzarella, sometimes I'll use that as well. Or you don't even have to use cheese. If you're a non-dairy person, of course, you'd be ready to go right now. You wouldn't have one more step. So I think that looks kind of good. And now they go in the broiler for another, say, 2 minutes till that cheese is melted, a little bit bubbly. There you go. So these are looking pretty good. I'm at 1 minute and just under 2 minutes. And we have some melted cheese. One of them's starting to get a little brown, so however you like it. I'm gonna say they're good. Now what I do is turn it off. Take your plate. Scoop one of them on there, and I'll take a serrated knife because it cuts better. I kind of like to separate it a little bit so you can get a portion, like I said, like in half. And I don't like anything falling off, so that's why I do it so delicately. So there's one. And then I can do the second one. Jordan's gonna have a taste. So that's what you do. So this is your avocado veggie toast, brought to you by 5BTV. Bon appetit.